Wow, what a run today. My brain, it was all over the place. It started off with, because I'm doing this charity run on September 7th, and it's for mental health and suicide awareness, which is a cause that's very close to me because I lost my brother to suicide in 2005. And I've always had this thought that if we could start mental health as part of the whole system, you have your first doctor's appointment, you have your first dentist appointment, haircuts, all that stuff. It's just part of it, and normalize it. And maybe things would start to change because you have to do those checkups, whether you're happy, sad, mad, angry. And it also helps kids understand their feelings and make it okay to have these big feelings. Like, I know I get big feelings and I have a hard time understanding them. So can you imagine children with their big feelings? And that's where the temper tantrums and stuff will start. And they need to feel and they need to recognize what's going on with themselves and understand it and deal with some of the, even the generational stuff. And I just think it's a really good way to start, though I know our health system is in crisis right now too, so that sucks. But I think that if you started at the bare bones of it and start there, and I know you can't force people to do this, you can't do all that, but I know that's something I would have done for my children if that was just part of the process, and make it normal. Few of my kids have gone to counseling and stuff, and I think it's really benefited them. And it's not because there's anything wrong with them. It's just you deal with stuff. There's divorces, there's deaths, there's all those kind of things for kids to maneuver, and it's hard enough as an adult, never mind as a child, to understand it. And yes, children can be a little bit more resilient, but we also do have that generational stuff that's going on that might be able to help with some of that and make it normal. And then maybe as the healthcare system progress with this, then maybe we're not going to be overloaded with the drugs, the alcohol and stuff. Yes, obviously I think there's still going to be some of that because you can't fix everything. But it could be a slow change to help and ease some of the hospital care and some of that kind of stuff. The whole system needs to, instead of prescribing drugs, prescribe gym memberships, those kind of things. Look at mental health. There's so much that I think that could be normalized and make it just a part of healthy living and the whole self, not just your physical self, because I think your mental self impacts your physical self. So, you know what? That's just my thought. I think it's a great way to start. And then my brain went on to step parenting and blended families, because mental health is a big part of that process as well. And it just got me thinking about my own family, like, and how I thought we blended well, like me and my brother and my stepsister blended well. But then, and my parents, like I felt my stepmom accepted me 100%, my stepdad as well. But then as you get older, you realize that there were some change, like there were some, it wasn't as blended as well as I thought it was. And I tend to be oblivious to some things. But my brother and sister were 4 years younger than me, and I think they knew more about what was going on in each other's lives than I did, because I was 4 years older. And but now looking back, I do see some nuances or some different things that happened in our lives that, okay, maybe I wasn't treated as well. Like, I always thought my stepmom treated me and my brother and sister all the same, but I know my stepsister wasn't treated as well. And looking back, and other people have told me my stepmom didn't always treat me as well either. But I don't know. I just thought it was parenting. Maybe I was wrong. Um, and I also, like, I think of how I've blended my own family. And I think we've done a good job of blending our family. Our 5 kids are very close, which is really, really nice. Unfortunately, my mother-in-law doesn't accept them as my children as much as she does her biological, whereas my parents accept all the kids. Both sets of my parents always accepted all, like Jess and Matt, and treated them the same as the other 3. Everybody was included, no one was excluded, that kind of stuff. And it does make me wonder a little bit, like my mother-in-law's mom had a stepdad, and I wonder if, I've never heard any other differences. They don't even recognize him as a stepdad. That was Guido, and that was it. But I wonder, like, how would my mother-in-law's life been different if her mom wasn't accepted by her stepdad? Even though my mother-in-law doesn't really accept my children, or as, you know, as grandchildren, like, it just makes me wonder. And I know my kids, there's always been different favorites according to them. And we always joked that there was a ranking. And right now, Kelsey and Lucas think they're number 1, but it changes all the time. I love them all. And they all need different things from me at different times. They're all in their 20s right now, so they don't really need us as much. But we're still involved in all their lives. I'm letting them live their life. And then I went on to joy. Because you know what? Whether you're dealing with any of this stuff, I always find that there's something joyful in your day and in your life. And I do love my life. Sometimes I get overwhelmed because I'm dealing with, like today I'm going out with my mother-in-law, which isn't one of my favorite things to do, but she's making an effort. So I always said if she makes an effort, I will make an effort as well. And, you know, so I'm dealing a lot, like, with parent stuff, and my girlfriend's going through just had a major surgery, so I like to hang out with her every day and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. I love my life. I love my children. I love my husband. It's not perfect, but it's mine, and I love it. So whatever you're dealing with at this point in your life, embrace it. Find something good. You can feel 2 things at once too. You can be grieving but still find joy. You can be mad but still find happiness. Emotions are a weird thing. Whatever you're doing, smile, be kind, and spread your sparkle.